It was the old bait and switch.
Yeah, there never was.
No pun intended. The old seafood buffet bait and switch. I love it.
It's a B&S if you've ever seen
Just change it to Chinese
There
2
never
days
was
before.
any seafood buffet, my friend.
That's probably the worst part about drinking is like even after just 3 tall, cool, delicious drafts, I make bad food decisions, and I'll hit I like my ice cream. Mm-hmm. I like my ice creams, and I like my beef jerkies and my meat sticks and chips. I like my bus.
Burger wouldn't go astray every now and
Right.
again. A little burger.
Yeah, a burger gets had. But
No, you
when
eat-
I'm not drinking, I don't really make that decision to do that. Yeah.
You eat more ice cream than anyone I've ever seen.
Thanks, dude.
Like
pretty
it's like an impressive amount of ice cream.
It's concerning. It's a concerning
Yeah.
amount of ice
The
cream.
worst food decision.
You should have a sponsorship from Ben and Jerry.
Hey, Ben and Jerry's. That's one more take.
The worst food decision I ever made drinking was I was completely hammered drunk once, and I had a slice of pizza and smushed it in the guy's face.
Wait, now the guy who was working at the pizza place?
He was working at a convenience store, sadly.
Yeah, that's a different thing.
Yeah, that's
another level.
A bad food decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just sad. I'm not assaulting people.
I did it on a dare too. It was just a
Oh, no.
horrifying. Oh, it was just a horrifying evening. Yeah. I ended up in a drunk tank that night. Actually,
Oh, shit.
At the end of the night, it just progressed to a point where the cops just grabbed me because it was nonstop dares. Go in here and do that. I was like, okay, now go in here and do that. Now do this, and then eventually I just get a hand on my shoulder. You're coming with me. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That checks
Those ones
out.
where you don't even fight it.
Yeah.
I was waiting for this. If I'm honest with you.
Yeah,
the
then
fact that was done before everything was videotaped is also very impressive.
Oh yeah,
Like people are doing that now for content. You were doing it for joy, and that makes me happy.
Yeah. Oddly, the guy who arrested me that night and spun me around used to work at Sports Experts in the Highland Square Mall. So the first thing I said to the cop, he goes, "Boom, you're coming with me," and spins you around. I'm like, "You sold me Nikes."
I recognize you without the old stripe referee shirt.
That's amazing.
Was that in Pictou County?
That was outside of a Sam's. You know, on
Yeah,
on
Sam's
Stellarton
Lounge?
Road, Sam's Lounge.
Yeah, I do.
And then, so then they take me to the Stellarton drunk tank.
Short drive.
Yeah, right across the street,
Yeah.
literally across the street. So he walks me over there. You know, they take your belt off and make you take your shoelaces out and the whole nine, stick me in a cell. And then I just hear boom, boom, boom on the door. Like, I'm like, what's going on? Boom, boom, boom. And it was a friend of mine, Dale, and I could just hear his voice like, then there's just like struggle. So apparently my friend Dale knocked on the door claiming to be my lawyer, saying he'd like to speak with his clients. And they took him to the Trenton jail.
He was
That
drunk
is
too. I
amazing.
Yeah, he was hammered too.
Oh, God.
That's a friend.
Yeah.
That's a good friend right
It was
there.
a good. He according to him, he thought it would be really funny to spend the night in the drunk tank with me. So he was trying to get thrown in there, but they took him to the neighboring town's drunk tank, which spoiled all his plans.
So did you ever get into it with the River John boys?
So I was never a fighter, despite all these stories I'm telling already. I never was in fights.
Yeah.
Like I was just
Same.
very similar to like that comedian sort of thing where you just
Yeah, you
get
shoot off the
funny.
way out of it.
You're good with your mouth, but you're good to get in things, but you can get out of things too.
Yeah,
make
yeah,
people
yeah.
laugh. Like I was like that more. Yeah, but-
Diffuse it a bit.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You're lucky because those River John boys don't play.
Well, yeah, and the Pictou boys don't. Like
They don't play either.
a lot of Pictou guys were just Pictou is an interesting place to grow up because like I always say it was a great place to grow up because you just interacted with everybody. Like there was no real cliques or whatever in the school. You knew all the people and all the kids. But every now and then like you would something would go down where I remember there's this one classic story from Pictou growing up where there was this guy Bernie. And Bernie was this kid who lived down below Church Street. And there's this
Man.
other guy.
I just got to say, I have a guy from Liverpool named Bernie, and I grew up on Church Street. So I'm like, am I putting this in his head right now? Sorry.
It's like Inception.
Yeah, I was like, what's he saying right now?
As I'm talking, Brian's controlling my story.
Man, if he mentions a fucking shopping cart, I'm out of here.
Yeah, but like Pictou was weird because like there didn't have to necessarily be conflicts for there to be a fight. So Bernie, this kid, wants to prove how tough he is. This is a classic Pictou story.
yeah.
So Mark was known as this guy that was I shouldn't say last names. Mark was this
We'll
guy.
bleep it, don't worry about it,
Yeah,
it's fine.
Mark was this guy who was known as probably the tougher, one of the bigger kids in town. And he grew up on the west side of Pictou, which is where we were all from. We were all kind of friends, and Mark's a little older than me. But anyway, Mark gets a tap on the shoulder at the high school. And it's like, Bernie wants to fight you after school. And Mark's like, I got no problem with Bernie. What are you talking about? I got no issues with Bernie. It's like, doesn't matter. Bernie wants to prove how tough he is.
It's a rite of passage.
What's that have anything to do with it?
Oh my god!
So then Mark's like, fine. So Mark says, okay. So
That's what we're doing.
I respect it, Bernie.
So whispers, you know what it's like. Whispers go around the school.
Yeah.
It's like before social media, so I'm sure to the day it would have been like 3 o'clock. People would be text messaging each other, but it was more like just word of mouth gets around the school. So everyone's outside this school, and this is my brother's. This is a classic Pictou story. It's more like my brother's high school people. I was in grade 9 at the time, or grade 8.
Gotcha.
But anyway, everyone's in the basketball courts, and Mark's just out there with his buddies, like, what's going on? Where is this guy? And then apparently you just hear some like wild Tarzan, like, like this, and everyone looks up, and on the top of the stairs by the basketball court, Bernie's there, rips off his shirt, takes 2 steps, jumps down over the entire staircase onto the basketball court, runs towards Mark. Mark apparently, before Bernie can reach Mark's got like longer arms, so he holds Bernie back by the neck and just starts feeding him punches. So Bernie's shirtless and just getting fed, just getting the shit rocked out of him like this, like, and he's really skinny too, right? So Mark's like ragdolling him and punching him, and then the gym teacher Terry Hilchey comes from behind and grabs Bernie by the torso and spins around, and Bernie knocks out the gym teacher.
Oh my god, that's from a movie. That's amazing.
But you know what? It did prove how tough he was.
You can take it and you can dish it out.
That's right.
God damn.
You never know what's gonna happen if you fuck with Bernie.
Funny what sticks out in your mind.
Yeah.
That old shit. Everyone in Pictou too had, like, you know how it's known for nicknames.
Oh yeah. I didn't know that, but-
Yeah. It was on. There used to be a show on CBC called On the Road Again with Wayne
Yeah.
Rostat. Do you remember that?
Tonight on the road again with Wayne Ronstadt. Oh yeah.
And he'd always he'd go from town to town like the littlest hobo. And then at the end of each episode, he wrote a song about the town. Like whatever he experienced.
forgot about the song.
There was a podcast in the shed that day and along the Sackville way.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, what are you like? In the songs were all quite terrible, but he did there was an episode in Pictou about how everyone has nicknames.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like when I think of all the characters from Pictou, it's like Gordy Gott, Ali Bay. These are and growing up, I just thought those were their names, and then as I get older, I was like, that's not their name. You know what I mean? And so everyone has nicknames, and then it's funny because like then all the businesses have nicknames.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's not Naylor's Convenience, it's Bob Knobs. It's not Midway Market, it's Madge's. Like so that and then streets have nicknames. Like
Oh,
Second
Jesus
Street's
Christ.
called Blink Blonde. It's like, what the fuck is this place?
Yeah.
It's like the Shire or something.
Yeah.
People have just lived there so long, they're just bored. They just start making up their own words for stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that used to be remember that closer I used to have at stand up about all the my buddies saying about the
Oh, yeah.
nicknames, right?
Yeah.
And I was trying to figure out a way because there were so many funny nicknames and cruel nicknames.
Is that Kevin O'Clock?
Yeah. So the thing from my stand up perspective was like, how do I shoehorn these nicknames into a bit?
Yeah.
And it took me months to figure it out. But
Was
then
Kevin O'Clock because he had one arm longer than the other?
yeah,
Classic.
looks
Great
like a
name.
clock.
That's classic.
Yeah.
What's the meanest one?
The meanest one is I won't say the guy's name, and I only tried this once on the bit ended up working because I worked it out.
Yeah.
And I would get the I would close with it sometimes, but then as I'm working it out, I remember I was at Yuck Yucks in Mississauga in that strip mall.
Yeah.
Remember? And sorry, I was at Yuck Yucks in Ajax.
Okay. I
Do-
mean,
do you
the
know-
barn, the big one.
No, it was in a strip mall. Do you
It was
remember?
in a strip mall, but it had high ceilings. The one with the picnic tables that Steve used to run.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's exactly the club. So I'm on that stage and I'm just working out this bit and I'm like, okay, tonight's the night I'm gonna put this nickname
Okay.
in the story. So I'm on stage and the bit's going well, and then I'm like, not in my head, I'm like, okay, here it comes. So then I go, it's hard to shape it right now, like in the context we're in, but I'm on stage doing the bit. But the nickname is the guy in the story, as I'm telling the bit, says, "There goes rotten cock."
Oh yeah. Okay.
And me in the bit, I'm like, rotten cock. What do they call him rotten cock for? And then the guy in the bit says, well, what else are they supposed to call him? Both of his wives died of cancer.
Jesus Christ. Jesus. Yeah, I can see how that one might not work.
Yeah. So my dumbass does that on stage. The bit's literally cooking. It's going good, and I drop that line and just shot. Like,
That's amazing.
total silence. And then of course I couldn't get them back.
No.
And it was I was closing with it. So then I had to do that thing where where you have a bit in your pocket.
Yeah.
So I did the whole I'll take this bit, an old closer out, and I closed on that. So, wow. Yeah.
Let's forget about that cock cancer thing I just threw out there, implying that he killed his wives with his.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's the cruelest nickname in
Jesus.
Pictou.
Yeah, that's one of the cruelest nicknames I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
bad.
it's pretty brutal.
It's bad news.
I was thinking the one from Liverpool we had is nowhere near as bad. We used to call somebody Vanilla Kid.
Why is
yeah.
that?
Because there was a rumor that she used to go around knocking on people's door to get vanilla to get drunk. And she would offer favors.
Vanilla Kid.
Vanilla Kid.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's
It's so weird to think about it. There was a time when she pulled a gun on us.
Right.
Jesus.
A
What?
little weird, like old-fashioned handgun.
Like a
Just
real
in the
gun?
middle. I mean, we thought it was at least. We all ran away.
Well, there was a guy from Pictou nicknamed Vanilla Dave.
Vanilla Dave.
Yeah, so you had Vanilla
It's
Kid.
weird how we have this.
We had-
You have a Bernie, you have a Vanilla Dave,
Yeah.
I got a Vanilla Kid.
We had Vanilla Dave, and they called him Vanilla Dave because he grabbed, apparently at a house party, someone had like a microphone hooked up to an amp or something, and he grabbed the microphone and did Ice Ice Baby, like rapped Ice Ice Baby, so then he was known as Vanilla Dave.
Yeah.
For the rest of his life, like still to this
Yeah,
day.
Vanilla Kid's trajectory was a lot sadder.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
This one's more funny. It's like you're going back and forth. It's like we're going down from the cancer to the
Yeah.
sexual favors to vanilla to just a nice little vanilla ice story.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, like years later, you hear stories and people still reference those nicknames. It's bizarre. Like you'll hear like, oh yeah, a bunch of kids got rowdy and tipped over a car downtown on Water Street on Halloween or whatever. Whose car was it? Vanilla Dave's. But it's like that's the nickname.
It's too bad. Once you know a nickname, you can't unknow it.
Vanilla Dave's.
Vanilla Dave.
The rest of his life, because he sang Ice Ice Baby at one house party when he was in grade 10. He's
Yeah, but
Vanilla Dave.
if you make the decision to live in the place where you got that nickname, you sign on. You're like, I guess it's Vanilla Dave forever.
forever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
got to move
exactly.
away to try to get away from that.
That's what Bagskin
My nickname
did.
in high school was Bagskin. I moved the fuck away because it wasn't.
Bagskin?
I wasn't going to be Bagskin in Liverpool.
Bagskin?
Yeah,
What's-
buddy.
You got to tell me.
It's a pretty simple story, but like, okay, sitting in
Can't get enough Bagskin.
Palcom class in grade 10, I got a guy named Troy, a guy named Troy in front of me, and he's got his buddies, and they are just classic like shit disturbers, and then I've got all my friends around me like here, and I remember clear as day, this guy turns around, looks at me, he goes, "Hey, Tomskin."
Uh-oh.
And he looks at his buddy. His buddy's like, "Oh yeah." And then I can see my buddies like put their pencils down, not to like stick up for me because they know something classic's about to happen. And he's like, "Yeah, hey Tomskin." I'm like, "Fuck off, Troy." And he's like, he just goes, "Hey Bagskin," and all of my buddies collectively just like mouths dropped. And Palcom class, the reason that's significant is because like half the class are in the classroom, and then that second half they're like, "Now we're gonna go to a physical activity."
Yeah.
So that's just like open ground if somebody hears a new nickname to really get a head start on cultivating that nickname. So my buddies are running around being like, "Bagskin," and I swear by the end of that class, like it had just caught on with all my buddies, and I obviously hated it, right? So I fought it.
It's the
I was
worst thing
like,
you
"Don't
can
call me Bagskin. Don't call me Bagskin." 2 months later, my own girlfriend's calling me Bagskin.
Oh yeah.
There was a point they shortened it to
The
Skin.
Streisand effect.
Yeah.
It's like, don't do it. Don't
Yeah.
call me Bagskin.
Yep, and then it just caught so much. People were calling me Skin after a while.
Yeah.
So for the next 3 years, it's just Bagskin. And
Yeah.
I didn't even like after a while hear it. Somebody like my boss still calls me it every once in a while because he knows somebody from my childhood from Liverpool.
Yeah. I
And
know.
obviously, once you hear somebody's name is Bagskin from their childhood, you'd be
That's
like,
great.
"Well, I will be bringing that out on them for sure."
I will never call you that. That's a promise.
Appreciate it.
But I get a kick at how the nicknames evolved too. Actually, there was a guy from New Glasgow, I believe, the same guy Dale who wanted to be my lawyer in the drunk tank. He was telling me about this guy's nickname, and It was Sode. I was like, Sode?
Sode.
Why is his nickname Sode? And he's like, well, it wasn't originally Sode. It was originally No Ass. I'm like, okay, so it was No Ass. He goes, yeah, it was No Ass. And then it was Nah, because No Ass is just N-A. So people called him Nah. And then someone pointed out that Na on the periodic table of the elements is sodium. So we started calling him Sode.
Oh, I want to start this because this is a story that relates to you as well. Because I was thinking about because the question was your most memorable New Year's Eve, and for me, and you might remember this and you will remember this it was my first time ever doing a New Year's Eve gig, and it was me, you, and Mark Walker in the now defunct Moncton Yuck Yucks at the Crown Plaza in Moncton.
Crown Plaza.
And I'd never done a New Year's Eve gig before, so it was like,
Sounds
especially
swanky.
never away. Like it was fucking on the road New Year's Eve. I was so young and excited. And if you remember, I won't name the name of the owner, but he sold tickets for like $150 on the premise that there's going to be a big seafood buffet, and then it got switched out last second for a Chinese food buffet.
And you were going to be with that on that show?
I was on that show, and half that show left when it was Chinese food. If you remember, there was a big stream.
Yeah, there was a lot of upset people. And I just remember the phrase, and I don't know who said it. It sounds like something probably Walker said, though.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Absolutely.
Well, I don't know what they're so upset about. They're shrimp and the fried rice.
It was the shittiest Chinese food, too. It was like the most bland.
Like town Chinese food?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like Steve's Chinese. Yeah, they were so upset. And we had to go up and do a comedy show on New Year's Eve. Oh, man.
I was wearing my fanciest outfit, too.
Yeah.
It was a fucking first gig. I was so excited to be there. They were so mad. The people who stayed were so mad because they're like, it's fucking New Year's Eve. I can't do anything else.
People were so
I'm already
upset.
here.
They were so upset. And I don't remember the show going particularly bad,
No,
though.
it was
In my
bad.
mind, it
It was
doesn't.
okay.
Like, at least it wasn't a total shit show in terms of the stand-up portion of the evening. But, like, I think we might have even saved the night for a lot of people because we had to really bring it because they were pissed
What
off.
happened to the seafood buffet?
There was never a seafood buffet. It was the old bait and switch.
Yeah, there never
No
was.
pun intended. The old seafood buffet bait and switch. I love it.
It's a B&S if you've ever seen
Just
one.
change it to Chinese
There
2
never
days
was
before.
any seafood buffet, my friend.
No, his whole
It was
plan was-
Chinese food all along.
I got your money.
But I think if I remember correctly, the stand-up portion went well. And earlier on, I was referencing when Mark passed away. I was going through some old, looking for some old pictures. That's the night I have the videos from.
Oh, nice. Can you send them to me?
Yes, I will. It's you and I and Mark.
Oh, shit. We'll put a little clip in
hanging
the
out.
episode.
And with some of the
classic.
staff from the Moncton Crown Plaza, the girls that helped us put on the show and
Yeah,
stuff.
I still remember them. Dia and Amanda.
Yes, yeah, they're in there, and we're just kind of joking around. We are not sober. It's pretty funny. Could be somewhat embarrassing, but whatever.
Yeah, that's
I'll
great.
send them to you. Yeah,
We had a fun night. I remember it snowed.
yeah.
The only other thing I remember is we went to Subway at like 3 a.m, and I do remember getting hit in the nuts with a Subway sandwich.
Oh my god!
And I don't remember why or how, but I think one of the girls swung and hit me in the balls with a Subway
This is
sandwich.
back when you had the Rosie O'Donnell hair.
This is pretty rosy. I have a picture still on my Facebook of me eating Chinese food from this evening.
So
Right.
there's a part 2 to this story.
Okay.
Yeah. So you actually left the next day, if I remember correctly.
I did.
So Mark Walker and I got stuck in that hotel for about 2 or 3 more days.
Okay.
Yeah, because it snowed, and then there was cancellations for travel the next day, and there was a situation where the person that procured the Chinese food buffet was shocked at how much it was going to cost to get me back to Toronto.
Okay.
So it was like, oh, if we wait a day, it's only this much and stuff. Will you sacrifice another day? And there was all this kind of stuff going on, which sucks. But anyways, long story short, Mark and I are stuck in Moncton for a couple of days. And if I remember, I think it was 2 extra nights. It might have been 3.
Oh, Jesus.
So we were kind of going stir crazy, because we want to go back to Toronto.
You're
want to
just
go
in the
home.
hotel.
We're just in the hotel. It's a snowstorm. You can't even walk because there's so much snow.
Yeah.
And so we end up going so crazy that but there's a good gym and a good pool and a good steam room in that,
I like that
in that
hotel.
place. The hotel's nice. So we're so crazy at the end of this that cut to us eating like Greco pizza and garlic fingers, writing a fake Kiss song called Steam Room in my room, in my hotel room, coming up with lyrics, which I then recorded. I went back to Toronto and thought it was such a cool fake Kiss song that I recorded it, pretending I was Paul Stanley when I sang it. Oh yeah! All right, I'm in the steam room. And so then I recorded it because I thought it would be funny to send it to Mark. So I emailed it to Mark, and then my phone rings like an hour later, and it's just him howling on the other end of the phone, laughing his ass off, which is an awesome memory of a guy that just recently passed away as well. So.
Oh shit.
New Year's. This is video. This is video. Yeah.
Oh man. Sorry.
2008. We saved the night we saved New Year's.
We saved New Year's. New Year's almost died tonight, lad.
Yeah, my New Year's Eves were pretty disappointing. Like I think,
I mean, that's New Year's Eve.
yeah, like most people were pretty disappointing. But I do have one memory. This is gonna be so strange to even talk about.
I
But
like that opening.
I do have one.
You hit on your sister?
It's not even that it was a good New Year's Eve. It's just one of the most vivid, strong.
Yeah, that's
and
what I'm looking for.
I talked earlier about how my memory's not the best because
Yeah.
of all the alcohol abuse and stuff that I did. But like this particular memory is sewn into some portion of my brain, and I don't know why.
I get it.
But anyways, the memory is it's the millennial New Year's, which is the one where everyone was freaking out that all the computers were
Yeah,
going crazy.
Y2K.
Y2K.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
maybe it's that New Year's sticks out because of all that stuff that was going on, because of the intensity around the shift to the millennium.
It's weirdly scary. That was a weirdly
Yeah, it was an odd
time.
feeling.
Yeah.
It was an odd feeling, and there was just a lot personally going on in my own life at the time, which was other shit that I don't really necessarily need to get into.
Yeah,
But I was going to Dalhousie University studying my master's in business, and I didn't want to be going there. I was very much wanting to be a comedian inside, but I was like, that's weird because there's no comedy in Nova Scotia. What am I even thinking about?
Yeah.
So I was just really struggling. But anyway, New Year's Eve comes, and a buddy of mine who was at the time going to grad school in Boston, he's in town for the holidays. So we get together, and a bunch of us end up at this place called the Tickle Trunk on Spring Garden Road.
Yeah.
If you remember that.
I do.
And I think it was in the basement
Yes,
of where
it
your
was.
father's mustache is.
Very much so.
Yeah. So we rang in the Millennial New Year's there at the Tickle Trunk. Just a tiny little party. But the thing that sticks out of my mind, I don't even really remember going there. I don't remember the party. I don't remember when my girlfriend left. I don't remember that. I just know I was hammered. And all I remember is I have this vivid memory of standing on Spring Garden Road trying to get a taxi. So I'm just on Spring Garden Road. I'm trying to get a taxi, and I can't get a taxi. It's hard to get a taxi in Halifax to begin with, let alone on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
But finally, just some car comes up, and I swear to God, guys, in my mind, Spring Garden Road is empty except for me and this taxi.
Yeah.
This taxi picks me up. This man looks up at me. He's got a beard and big glasses. He almost looks like David Koresh, the guy who the cult leader from Texas, right? So David Koresh picks me up in this taxi. So I get in the back taxi, and he's like, "You like music?" And I go, "Sure do." And he cranks that Jennifer Lopez song that was big at the time.
Oh, fuck. Which one?
If you want to leave me,
No, it was about like
I'm still Jenny from the block.
not Jenny from the Block. It was a huge dance song by Jennifer Lopez.
it's right
Oh,
there.
yeah. I can see the video because there's like
Waiting
lasers.
for tonight.
Waiting for Tonight. That's what it's called. Yeah.
You will be here in my arms,
waiting for tonight.
That's it.
Yeah.
So he cranks that shit, and I'm like, yeah, and he just burns me home, and that is wired.
Yeah.
Wired on my brain, although I couldn't remember there's my memory for it. I couldn't remember the name of the
God,
song. But
that's
that song.
classic.
That was New Year, and I just that's how I drove into the millennium.
Yeah.
Oh my
In that
god.
taxi.
Damn. Who would have known that's where the millennium was going to peak?
Crazy.
Do you like music?
You will be here in my arms, waiting for tonight.
I'll tell you a talk show. Remember how I said that New Year's Eve I have like this vivid stamp in my memory? I have one from a talk show, and it's the Ricky Lake show.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember the Ricky Lake show?
Yeah.
So I have this memory of Ricky Lake talking about, she had the panel of people on stage. Now this is the way my memory works. I don't remember who the people were. I don't remember what the crime is they were talking about. All I remember is Ricky Lake saying, "That's so terrible. That man needs to be incarcerated." That's what she said.
Okay.
But at the time, I thought incarcerated meant lit on fire.
Incinerated.
Yeah, incinerated. So I was
my
watching
God,
Ricky.
Ricky.
Yeah, so I was watching Ricky Lake. I'm like, that's crazy. Ricky Lake went there. Oh my God,
That's hilarious.
Ricky, you bitch. God damn, put him in jail, but
Yeah.
don't incarcerate him.
Yeah,
Oh God, her classic thing was getting people to come on later from like and having like X's on and be like, "Look at me now."
Oh yeah, that's a good angle.
And there's like clips online where she's like, "Look at me now," and like classic like '90s fashion or whatever, and the guy's sitting there, he's got like a shell necklace on, and she's like, "So what do you think of Samantha now?" And he's like, "I don't really care actually. Still, I'm still good. Thanks for the trip, Ricky."
like she looked good or something.
No, he was like didn't care at all. He was
But-
but
like,
yeah, that was the premise.
the
but like
premise was that she looked good,
Okay, the X would
looked
come
better,
out.
looking better than she used to.
Right.
But really, it had just been a couple years, so like just things had changed.
Right.
It
Yeah.
just looked a little bit older.
Yeah.
Like my revenge body bit.
Yeah.
That bit I do about where the girl's like, I'm working out to get revenge.
Yeah.
That whole thing. Yeah. It's ridiculous. Yeah.
I did like that period where they were all trying to like find their thing. Where it was like, yeah, Ricky would do that one, and then Maury would slowly get into the "you're not the
Yeah,
father" thing.
paternity
And then
test, yeah.
Jerry Springer is just a fake boxing match now. Where they have a bell and shit. Like they don't even pretend that it's not a fake fight.
Well,
Jerry was crazy because it started with different things. It wasn't always
but that's
just
it. They all
that.
just slowly found their one thing and just did that
Yeah.
the whole time.
Well, and Jerry Springer was totally fictional too, right? Like,
Yeah, I
like
do.
like a comedian named Jai that I've met
Yeah,
on the road.
I remember
used-
this story,
Used
yeah.
to work for.
Yeah, we're not allowed
him.
to say Jai Harris's name here.
Oh, really? Okay, so sorry.
I don't know. just made
But
that
he
rule.
would write for the show, and a few comics from Vancouver.
Yeah, I remember
used to-
hearing that when I was in
They,
Toronto.
they used to do like weird things off cameras to get reactions too, right? Like they'd be talking about like, this kid's not yours, and then like somebody without legs would crawl in front of the audience so that the camera could get people to be like, "What the hell is happening?" So that they could cut back to the "what the hell is happening" face for the reaction. Yeah, yeah.
Man, we should do that in here. We gotta get a guy with half his body missing.
Yeah. Then Jerry Springer's thug got a
Yeah.
Steve
Wilkos.
Steve
Show.
the bald
Steve
guy.
Wilkos. Steve.
So random.
Imagine like the 50th time that happened, he's off to the side. He's like, I'm gonna be fucking huge.
Yeah.
These people are here for me.
I like to
They're
think
not
he went
even yelling
into,
Jerry anymore.
I like to think he went into Jerry's office and really quit. I don't need you anymore, Jerry. You hear them out there? They're chanting for Steve.
Have you guys ever watched the Steve Show?
Like,
I've seen
in a
I've seen
hotel.
I've seen the
hungover.
Steve
Over.
show.
What's the premise?
It's the same show.
Same.
Oh, so he just
so
continued Jerry's good
It's
work.
the same show, but if Jerry could beat you up. So he's like, you think that's the right way to talk to a woman? And the guy's like, actually, no, I thought it was gonna be like Jerry, where like it wasn't that threatening. He's like, it's not like that, dude. Yeah.
Right.
I take this real seriously.
Oh yeah, he was a little bit threatening,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
he'd still have Steve's on his show. There was the Steve's of the Steve show.
Right. Yeah,
it
he
was-
had his own Steve.
Again, it was like
Fred.
I don't need you anymore, Steve. I got my own thing
It's
going.
like Inception. They all get big
Fred's got
enough.
a show.
It just keeps going on.
There's
Like,
Carl.
you believe this started with Steve?
People can't even remember Jerry anymore. By 2040, we all have our own show.
It only works with men with one syllable names.
Oh, yeah. Peter, get the fuck out of here. Wait, I can be Pete. Pete. All right, it works. I think we can all agree that parades fucking suck. Right?
I'm not a fan.
It's just awful.
I
Just
don't
a-
enjoy the parade.
It's a garbage thing. It was fine when you were a kid and they were throwing out candy because it was free candy.
Yeah.
But now that you're not allowed to do that, I guess, because the kid get run over or something.
Yeah.
I don't know the rules, but you're not allowed to throw candy out anymore. So there's nothing much to offer. So I want to pose if there is a way that we can improve parades. What can we do to parades to make them worthwhile again? Is there anything that you can change about this horse shit to make it even worth getting out of bed for? I mean, candy's an answer, but you
I
can't.
like big, huge, legit parades from my TV.
Okay.
I don't mind what, but I'm not going to get in the crowd. There's nothing that's gonna make me go get in that
Nothing
crowd.
that can make you go out.
I don't like crowds in general, and then to have it being like a long street and like looking at something that like I don't know, it's like you got to really want to be into.
What if
it.
I threw this out there? What if every float was a popular music artist that you might like? So it's like a series of concerts going by you.
It would be the scariest Doppler effect of all time. Every cart has like a
They
different
have two
song.
weird sounds.
So for a sec, you have 2 songs, and then you have one, and then you have 2 songs.
It'd be
And
like,
what that be?
be like a slow motion DJ where he's just switching over between tracks.
It would only work if they all agreed to play the same song at the same time.
That would be cool. That would be awesome.
That would be kind of awesome if they're
Yeah.
all playing each other's songs
Yeah.
as they went along. You'd go out for that.
Yeah.
There's fucking 20 of the best bands. It's like a festival, but it only
I
lasts
would.
an hour.
That'd be
I would
cool
go
to watch that.
parade. That's more of a concert than a parade, though.
Yeah.
It is. But
So
you
now
know, workshopping things
so
here.
you're saying turn parades into concerts is what you're
Yeah, and do
Yeah.
like big moving concerts.
But I'm with Brian. I don't like big crowds anymore.
Yeah.
So even I'm hesitant even to go to outdoor concerts now just
Yeah.
because of the crowds.
Yeah.
And I love music, but I just like I can't deal with the porta potties and the grossness and
Yeah.
and just the aggressiveness of the people bashing, like hitting your body. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just bashing into you. I just can't. I don't feel comfortable.
What if
so
it's-
so
sorry.
wait, but
I agree with that
But,
big
but
time.
I think with parades, I don't hate them. So, but I do think there's ways to improve them. So less people. That's number one because of the crowds.
Yeah, I don't hate them either. I want the people who like going there to keep going and
Yeah.
having fun.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And less floats. So
Okay.
less people, less floats. So that's 2. Because the floats become like it's the same thing. Like what you see one float, you see in them all. Basically, you know what I mean. I get it. There's people waving. There's some sort of puppetry going on. There's some sort of strange entertainment thing, and we understand. Number 3.
Yeah, I get it. Parade.
Number 3, no marching bands because I think we can all agree it's the middle of the summer. These guys are wearing like these uniforms
look
and carrying
awful.
a tuba, and it's like sweat coming out of their head. Like it just looks like he's ready to have a heart attack. That's just cruel.
And
then
they're
like,
all
what?
sit-
Yeah.
They're all
Don't-
60 plus.
So no
Nobody's in a
bands.
marching band.
So no bands. So no crowds. Not a lot of floats. No bands. I'll tell you something. If you're on the way, if you're in your car, hear me out. If you're in your car, like say you know there's going to be a parade later that day, at starts at like noon, right? And you're in your car and it's like 10 in the morning because you went somewhere to get a coffee, and you're at a stoplight, and this might have happened to you guys because it's happened to me. And you see a float go by that's going to the parade.
Yeah.
That's the parade. That's the best kind of parade.
You basically want one float.
Yeah.
It just goes
At a
by.
stoplight, and I'm in my car and I'm gone.
No, there's just no tracks. They just like send a
Yeah.
bunch of floats in a different direction.
I got my own tunes on, like you know what I mean. There
Yeah.
it goes. That's the parade.
So
That's
it's not.
it.
It's, the parade doesn't really go in a line. It's just they drive around town. The floats randomly drive around town, and you happen to see one.
Yeah, it's
They're-
a
Yeah,
town-wide
if I
parade.
run into a parade like that, that's fine. I'm all for it.
That's not a bad move. Just
The-
to not bother organizing it. Just everybody drive around for an hour, and somebody will see you.
Now I'm
Yeah.
thinking of like a horror movie where a guy's at like a stoplight, nobody's there, you just see a float sneaking up from Is that a parade?
The floats are just acting like the Pac-Man ghosts.
Yeah.
They're just like
Yeah.
moving around. You
Yeah,
see one, you're like, oh, cool.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'll run away from that.
I got a question for you guys. Have you guys ever been on a float in a parade?
Yep.
No,
Yes, once.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think so.
Where were you?
Maybe a kid.
I was dressed as a giant lobster for the Shediac Lobster Festival.
Wow. How hot was it?
It was fucking excruciating. And I was wearing a giant paper mache hat that weighed like 30 pounds, and I had giant claws.
No water.
No, you can't because there wasn't a mouth.
Right.
Yeah, and there were fans that were in there from before, but they burnt out, and they were like, he doesn't need them. So it was just like stale. I was also 340 pounds. It was a disaster.
Big
Holy
fat lobster.
Big
Christ.
fat lobster. Yeah, I
That
looked like
lobster looks like a crab. They're supposed to be long and skinny.
that crab is thirsty.
What's a crab have to do with Shediac, New Brunswick?
You're tearing the sides of the lobster costume. Jesus Christ. What float were you on?
I was on. Let me think. I think I was on one for Pictou Academy once because I was the president of my high school.
Oh shit, were you?
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, there
yeah,
you go. Yeah.
100%.
There you go. Politics.
Couple
Started in a
Ran
early
and
age.
lost. Yeah, landslide.
No float for you.
Landslide. No,
you
I'm the
wouldn't
one
have-
who swept up after all the floats went by.
You wouldn't know the feeling of riding on top of the back of that flatbed truck.
I was
Hay
stood
bales
there with
under
my
your butt.
broom, being like, maybe next year, Brian.
Yeah.
What about this? Let me pose this to you. What if we take parades, we turn them into nighttime events, a lot more lights and lasers involved, and drones. Like you got like a drone show above the thing, and there's lasers going off everywhere and shit.
Like the Chinese drone shows? Is that what you're talking about?
I don't want to bring race into this. But.
The Chinese drone shows are the coolest thing of all existence. They take like thousands of drones and they're all synced up and they make designs in the sky and it's like it looks like a giant dragon that's flying and then it morphs into like a bunch of birds that are flying. Like it's crazy the stuff that they can do with these things. It's awesome.
That sounds, but that's not a parade.
It's a parade in the sky.
It's a drone show.
It's a parade in the sky.
It's a completely different thing.
Yeah. What about a parade where you go to a theater and you watch this movie? And what if it's a Scorsese movie? It's Goodfellas. That kind of parade.
Goodfellas is my favorite parade.
You say something completely
I like
different.
my parades with extra mayonnaise and Swiss cheese.
Yeah, parade that you eat for a place called McDonald's.
The parade I watched one beat the New York Knicks 102 to 98 last night.